The youngest Trump son, Barron, has been kept out of the spotlight by Melania Trump for a long time. His enigmatic personality and unpredictable public appearances have never failed to fascinate and amaze audiences, inspiring a great deal of admiration and interest. But the public is really interested in and talking about him because of his sudden rise to fame. Why does Melania Trump feel the need to keep him hidden from the world? Could he be feeling the effects of his father's reputation? Come with us as we examine the latest development about Barron Trump's appearance. Barron Trump, the youngest son of Melania and former President Donald Trump, has spent most of his childhood away from the intense scrutiny that can occasionally engulf political families. Barron, who was born on March 20, 2006, quickly rose to prominence in the Trump family lore, representing Melania's transition into motherhood and Donald's legacy as patriarch. Barron enjoyed a life of plenty as a youngster, living in the opulence of Trump Tower in New York City. Melania, who was known for being an active mom, made sure that Barron was raised with love, care, and an emphasis on education. Barron set the stage for his scholastic career from an early age by enrolling in prestigious private schools on the Upper West Side of Manhattan. In 2016, when Donald's presidential ambitions came true, Barron's life was completely disrupted. Ivanka, Donald Jr., Eric, and Tiffany, Barron's older siblings, took on increasingly prominent roles in their father's administration, but he continued to benefit greatly from his solitude. The fact that Melania decided to wait until Barron could finish the school year before transferring them to the White House is evidence of her unwavering commitment to her son's welfare. She is very protective of him. Even with all the perks of becoming president, Barron had a rather ordinary childhood. Melania often related anecdotes regarding Donald's reaction to her pregnancy and the birth of Barron, as well as other fond memories of Barron's early years. These moments highlighted the joys and sorrows of motherhood inside the Trump family, from Donald's first shock to the birth of Barron and Melania's labor. The extraordinary educational experience that Barron has had is a result of his parents' dedication to his education and his exposure to many cultures. His linguistic abilities, which include fluency in English, Slovene, his mother's native language, and French, are evidence of the richness of Barron's upbringing. His educational background, which began at Columbia Grammar and Preparatory School and continued at Maryland's St. Andrew's Episcopal School, has shaped his outlook and equipped him for future opportunities. Barron has demonstrated a profound fascination with art and design outside of the realm of academia. Melania often detailed Barron's imaginative play and artistic abilities, praising his love of building Lego cities and airports out of Magna tiles. Drawing from both his father's influence and his own developing sense of style, he favors minimalist white aesthetics and pays close attention to detail. There is a lot of mystery and opportunity in Barron's future as he nears maturity. Melania has promised her son unwavering support no matter what path he takes in life. The values inculcated in Barron by his parents and the singular events of his youth will undoubtedly shape his path, regardless of whether he opts to continue in the real estate business or forges his own path. The biography of Barron serves as a poignant reminder of the indomitable spirit of children and the enduring bonds of family amidst the legal troubles that have engulfed the Trump family. As he grows into an adult, Barron will be guided by his parents' love and support as he finds his own path in life and applies the lessons he learned from his special upbringing. Does having the Trump name come with any drawbacks? What do you think? It was more than just a political earthquake in the United States when Donald Trump became president in 2016. It also marked a tremendous family crisis, especially for the youngest member, Barron Trump. Barron Trump was thrust into an unprecedented storm of change when he was just 9 years old, thrust into the center of his family's political ambitions, and thrust into the spotlight like never before. The idea of leaving behind the familiarity of New York City and his cherished school was met with a mix of dread and doubt by Barron. Trump took the time to acknowledge Barron's commitment to his school and friends, describing the impending move to the White House as a whole change of life. Barron showed incredible strength and maturity for someone his age, understanding the significance of his father's new career and how it would impact their lives. In a beautiful gesture of paternal comfort, Donald communicated to Barron that their transfer to Washington, D.C. was an opportunity to make a constructive effect in the lives of others. He emphasized helping others and serving one's country, an idea that struck a chord with Barron and reflected his innate empathy and understanding. Barron was able to complete his education at Columbia Grammar and Preparatory School since Melania and Donald stayed in New York City for more than 5 months after the inauguration. Barron and Melania did not formally move into the White House until June 11, 2017, which marked the start of a new chapter in their life. Barron's presence in the White House brought with it an aura of historical importance, as he became the first son of a serving president to stay in the famed residence since John F. Kennedy, Jr. in 1963. Though he mostly avoided the limelight, Barron did make a few rare public appearances, most notably at the 2017 White House Christmas celebrations. Barron gracefully and dignifiedly accepted his role as the president's son, from joining in on the annual Easter egg roll to going along with his parents to sign greeting cards for American servicemen and women. His maturity and poise belied his youth. His presence at momentous occasions, including as the pardoning of turkeys prior to Thanksgiving and the welcome of the official Christmas tree, served as a moving reminder of the enduring customs and ceremonies that define the presidency. In spite of all the pressures and limitations of being a public figure, Barron brought a youthful energy and purity of heart to the White House, giving the ancient residents a breath of fresh air. He served as an inspiration to kids and their families around the nation on his extraordinary trip from the hustle and bustle of New York City to the sacred halls of Washington, D.C., where he spoke about the resilience and adaptability of youth in the face of tremendous change. Unfortunately, Barron Trump, the youngest Trump child, has been the target of a wave of cyberbullying attacks in the past several weeks. This disturbing trend is in part motivated by resentment towards Barron's father's political career. Barron has been the victim of relentless and utterly unfair attacks. After all, he is a tiny boy who has done nothing to merit such brutality. There are several sources of the animosity directed against Barron. Among them are well-known celebrities whose comments have gone beyond what is considered polite and respectful. Not only has O'Donnell publicly speculated about Barron's possible autism, but Rich sent a hateful tweet calling him the nation's first homeschool shooter. Just 2 examples of the many harsh and unjustified comments he has endured. The necessity to safeguard all children from cyberbullying was highlighted when Monica Lewinsky, who had been bullied and subjected to intense public scrutiny, spoke up to defend Barron in the face of the onslaught of cyberbullying. Chelsea Clinton, who had a childhood in the White House and knows the pressures of public life all too well, has been vocal in her support of Barron, pleading with people to give him a chance to grow up without criticism. The advantages of being a member of the first family of the United States have not spared Barron the constant attention and glare of the media, which has made him anything but an idyllic childhood. The president's mother, Melania Trump, has consistently prioritized Barron's privacy and well-being above exposing him to the public eye. Even another ex-first daughter, Jenna Bush Hager, has spoken out against the attacks on Barron, denouncing the horrible treatment he has endured. The cyberbullying that Barron endured when his father was president highlights the difficult truths of being a public figure at a young age. Melania stressed the need of letting Barron have a normal childhood, away from the constant scrutiny of the public and media, in an interview with ABC News. Like Barron, Chelsea Clinton fought for Barron's right to be treated like any other child. An instance involving Katie Rich's tweet, in which she made a repulsive joke about Barron, emphasized the necessity for more cognizance and accountability around cyberbullying. After receiving reprimands for her actions, including a suspension from her job, Rich apologized publicly for her hurtful comments. Donald Trump told a touching story about his son Barron, who is just a teenager but stands at an impressive 6 feet 7 inches tall, higher than himself, during a presidential campaign rally in Des Moines, Iowa, in January 2024. Donald, in his trademark funny fashion, made the astute observation that Barron's towering stature may be explained by his voracious appetite. He made the joke that Barron must have eaten all the delicious food prepared by Melania's late grandma, Amelia Noves. Throughout his speech, Donald spoke highly of Barron, calling him a special boy, an expression typical of a father's devotion to his son. During a pleasant conversation, he taunted Barron about his basketball career prospects in light of his exceptional height, which led to several humorous exchanges. But in his own special way, Barron showed his preferences and individuality by expressing a love of soccer. The Daily Mail captured Donald's genuine concern for Barron in their light-hearted exchanges, as well as his kind and witty remarks. Donald makes some playful attempts to sway Barron's sport decision, but Barron's true self emerges, and he shows his father how proud he is of his independence and passion for soccer. During the sad occasion of his maternal grandmother's burial, Barron Trump stood out among his relatives as the youngest member of the Trump family. Not only was he taller than his father Donald Trump at 6 feet and 7 inches, but his incredible physical presence also garnered notice. Barron inherited his towering height from both his maternal and paternal lines, which allowed him to grow into a towering man while being only 17 years old. A funeral for Amelia Noves, beloved mother of Melania Trump, was conducted at the Episcopal Church of Bethesda by the Sea in Palm Beach, Florida. Roughly 100 mourners paid their respects. Her untimely passing at 78 years of age from an unknown illness emptied her loved ones of the joy and celebration that had been a part of their lives. Despite the gravity of the situation, Barron's towering stature stood as an inspiration for perseverance and strength. Barron Trump had an air of quiet grandeur and wisdom much beyond his years as he stood alongside his father, Donald Trump, and other members of the Trump family. Attending his father's burial demonstrated the importance of family unity in times of tragedy, even though Barron was seldom seen in public and avoided the spotlight when his father was in the White House. Trump joked that Barron's tremendous growth spurt was due to her hearty Slovenian dinners when he thought about his incredible height and attributed it to his late mother-in-law's cuisine. Even though he was kidding, Trump seemed to take great delight in praising Barron for his unique qualities and hobbies. It was clear that Barron was a multifaceted man, from his enormous stature to his intense love of soccer. Barron was a steady presence throughout the funeral services, offering comfort to his loved ones and paying fitting tribute to his grandmother's memory with grace and dignity. Their deep affinity shone through in the tender moments they shared, which revealed his close relationship with Amelia Noves. With Barron standing silently at her side, Melania Trump paid tribute to her mother's love and devotion in a moving eulogy. As a testament to the indestructible bonds of family and the strength of the human spirit, his towering stature stood as a concrete embodiment of his grandmother's heritage. As the Trump family left the church grounds following the funeral, Barron stood tall amid the many mourners, his presence commanding attention. But underneath his towering stature was a young guy dealing with the loss of his beloved grandma, facing the challenges of loss and grief with poise and bravery. Barron Trump's illustrious familial background and the illustrious schools he has attended have made him a regular topic of public curiosity and debate on his IQ. There may not be any hard data on Barron's IQ, but we can learn a lot about the intellectual environment in which he thrived from his early years and throughout his education. Focusing on verified information rather than hearsay or speculation, this article strives to provide a comprehensive assessment of Barron's intellect. Barron's participation in extracurricular activities that foster intellectual development and his enrollment at prestigious private schools are indications that his education has been a priority for his family. While details on Barron's grades are sketchy at best, feedback from his teachers points to a bright mind and admirable personality. Melania Trump, Barron's mother, has taken a very protective stance, which has greatly impacted his intellectual development. The loving home environment in which Barron is raised is evident in Melania's unwavering commitment to his welfare, particularly in light of the turbulent times associated with Donald Trump's government. Melania has created a setting that is conducive to Barron's intellectual and personal development by shielding him from heavy public scrutiny and keeping a loving atmosphere at home. People sometimes compare Barron's intelligence to that of his father, Donald Trump. However, there are no credible IQ tests for Barron, thus these comparisons are flawed. Donald Trump has made passing references to his high IQ on occasion, but drawing any conclusions about Barron's intelligence from these remarks is, at best, conjectural. Barron probably gets his parents' intelligence and wit, which undoubtedly plays a role in shaping a child's intellectual potential. Barron may have inherited some of Melania Trump's intelligence and achievement from her mother, but it is unclear how much of an impact she has on Barron's brainpower. Participation in esteemed private universities renowned for intellectual rigor has marked Barron's academic journey. Barron has had the opportunity to attend a variety of schools that have catered to his unique needs and interests, including Columbia Grammar and Preparatory, St. Andrew's Episcopal, and, most recently, Oxbridge Academy. Along with fostering intellectual growth, such experiences impart leadership traits and an unwavering commitment to achieving greatness. The opinions of Barron's teachers provide important information about his personality and intellectual abilities. Barron is shown as a young man with much potential when he is described as intelligent, articulate, and determined. More than that, Barron's all-encompassing approach to learning, which includes spatial intelligence, problem-solving, and creative hobbies like building with magnetiles and Lego bricks, is on full display in his interests. The fact that Barron can balance his academic responsibilities with the perks of being a member of the Trump family is evidence of his maturity and adaptability. He exemplifies leadership qualities and a commitment to improving the educational experiences of others by planning a field trip to Washington, D.C. for his pupils. The story of Donald Trump and Melania Knauss's romance, set in the middle of Manhattan's vibrant social scene, is more than just a coincidence. They began a love story that would end in marriage after meeting at a September 1998 soiree hosted by Paolo Zampoli, the esteemed president of ID Models. Despite Trump's presence at the event with another partner, Melania, a 28-year-old Slovenian model, quickly captured his attention. It was clear that Melania captivated Trump from an early age. He later said that she was a remarkable supermodel who drew his attention quickly. Trump fixed his gaze on Melania, laying the groundwork for their future relationship, even though he was accompanied by someone else. Melania shared the sentiment, reflecting fondly on the intense connection that blossomed between them upon first meeting. Nevertheless, Melania's initial reluctance to provide Trump her contact details indicated her cautious approach to their budding connection. A strategic move indicative of her willingness to assess his motives, she instead chose to have Trump provide his contact details. Trump's willingness to provide many points of contact, his office, Mar-a-Lago, and the New York house, suggested his sincerity and profound desire to establish a bond with Melania. The irresistible attraction between them was set on their first date, which consisted of a candlelit supper and a visit to Mumba, a famous celebrity hangout. It was immediately apparent that Melania and Trump were a great fit. Despite the stark differences in their lives, Trump did not drink alcohol while Melania exuded an air of sophistication and refinement. As Trump's affair with Melania took root, the backdrop of his ongoing divorce procedures with second wife Marla Maples added another layer of complexity. As they navigated the complexities of their relationship, Trump's growing presidential aspirations raised important questions about the impact of politics on their private lives. Trump and Melania's relationship has endured despite rumors of discord and challenges, such as doubts about one another's motives and other influences. Their unwavering commitment to one another and their will to face life's challenges as a unit highlighted the profoundness of their bond and affection for one another. A beautiful wedding ceremony was placed at Palm Beach's Episcopal Church of Bethesda by the Sea on January 22, 2005, marking the end of the couple's journey from courtship to marriage. In front of a large and distinguished audience of loved ones and friends, Trump and Melania exchanged wedding vows, marking the beginning of their life together as husband and wife. Melania, looking back on the tapestry of their romance and marriage, emphasized how their love has endured the severe scrutiny of public life and politics. Their unwavering commitment to one another triumphed over all the obstacles they faced, establishing them as one of the most famous power couples in the world. As a testament to his illustrious family history and astute financial planning, particularly orchestrated by Melania Trump, Barron Trump, the youngest son of Donald and Melania Trump, commands an impressive estimated net worth of almost $80 million. The bulk of his considerable wealth comes from his inheritance, most notably from his father, Donald Trump, who amassed immense fortune via a series of astute real estate investments and prosperous businesses. Barron was used to a life of opulence from a young age, having grown up in the Trump family's lap of wealth. Melania's sway and astute management of the family fortune have undoubtedly contributed much to elevating Barron's financial standing, guaranteeing that he will get a substantial portion of the family fortune as an inheritance. Barron looks and acts much older than his years, with a net worth that exceeds his years and a height of 6 feet 7 inches. People are wondering what he will do with his life when his close relationship with his dad ends, and some have even speculated that he may go into politics or business like his dad. Reportedly, Melania's decision to postpone Barron's relocation to the White House in 2017, citing Barron's schooling in New York, was an evident display of her shrewd negotiation methods. But there was ulterior motive here. She was trying to renegotiate the conditions of her prenuptial agreement so that Barron would get a better financial deal. Practicing the opulence befitting his status, Barron enjoys luxuries like lotions flavored with caviar and lives in a lavish mansion with amenities including a private bowling alley and an entire floor of his parents' penthouse. He attended prestigious, high-priced institutions throughout his academic career, such as Manhattan's Columbia Grammar and Preparatory School and Maryland's St. Andrew's Episcopal School. Barron is now in his last year of high school at the exclusive Oxbridge Academy in Palm Beach, Florida, founded by the late tycoon William Koch. Costs more than $34,000 per year for Arlie. As he begins his adult life, Barron's considerable wealth is a reflection of the advantages and opportunities given to him by his prestigious family. This bodes well for a promising future, where he may achieve greatness in business, politics, or some other field. Barron Trump's recent 18th birthday celebration was a watershed moment in his life, marking the passage from childhood to adulthood. There was no doubt that Barron felt the love and warmth of his parents, Donald and Melania Trump, at the festivities, which took place at their opulent Mar-a-Lago, Florida estate. Barron is about to graduate from Palm Beach, Florida's prestigious Oxbridge Academy, where he has been a student since he was a freshman, and he is also on the cusp of adulthood. Barron has clearly shifted his focus from enjoying his senior year to planning for his future, particularly in regards to his academic aspirations in the months preceding his graduation. Introspection and careful evaluation of his professional and academic aspirations have characterized this period of change. According to family sources, Melania Trump has played a crucial role as Barron's mother, providing him with guidance and support at this crucial period of his life. A prime example of Melania's commitment to fostering Barron's development is her unwavering love to her family. As he faces the challenges of adolescence, Melania's maternal presence affords Barron, who is described as shy and reserved, a sense of security and support. Furthermore, Melania's unwavering commitment to meeting Barron's needs and supporting his goals reveals her family-centered perspective. She truly embodies the role of a devoted mother with her emphasis on family values and unwavering commitment to Barron's welfare. The role of Melania as a mentor to Barron is increasingly important as he gets ready to start the next chapter of his academic journey. Barron finds the solace and self-assurance to relentlessly pursue his goals and dreams because of her unwavering encouragement and support. Amidst the chaos of Barron's birthday celebrations and the impending graduation, Melania's unwavering love and stability for her family shine through. Barron finds solace and encouragement in Melania's steadfast presence as he gets ready to soar into the next chapter of his adventure. With her support, he is equipped to confront the opportunities and obstacles that await him. Barron Trump's family tree includes Melania as a mother and Ivanka as a sister. Thus, his clothing choices naturally attract attention. His most recent outfit selections, two distinct graphic tees that sold out at J.Crew, have put him back in the spotlight and sent fashionistas into a frenzy as they tried to identify the designer. Barron showed no emotion in the face of the critical comments made about his laid-back attitude by the conservative news outlet, The Daily Caller. Considering the fashion-forward reputation of his parents, the author of the op-ed titled, "It's High Time Barron Trump Starts Dressing Like He's in the White House," believes that Barron should dress more formally to fit in with his job as the president's son. Barron is famous for his many family photos, in which he can be seen wearing casual clothes from the children's line at J.Crew and occasionally accessorizing with backpacks and fidget spinners. Despite all the attention, it's possible that Barron's clothing choices are meant to make him seem like a normal, friendly kid instead of drawing too much attention to himself. Everyone knows that clothes can say a lot about a person, and it's reasonable to assume that the Trump family is coping with the increased scrutiny of their appearance. Barron, like other politicians, is subject to scrutiny and interpretation based on the clothes they wear, which may influence public narratives and opinions. While on a recent family vacation at Camp David, Barron drew attention for his dapper selection of blue suede loafers by Gucci Kanye, which had a distinctive chain motif, along with his choice of a navy polo shirt and white shorts, which convey a relaxed yet professional summer style. These shoes, which cost $480, represent Barron's growing fashion sense. Whether he's rocking a cheap graphic tee or high-end sneakers, Barron's style is drawing in the crowds online and making him a rising star in the fashion industry. Barron is the center of attention as he goes through adolescence and keeps making waves in the fashion industry. On April 15th, the much-anticipated criminal trial of Donald Trump got off to what looked like a sluggish start, leading to an unusual situation in which the 77-year-old former president seemed to nod off throughout the proceedings. For the first time in U.S. history, a sitting president was subject to criminal charges in this landmark trial. The trial over the alleged hush money payments began that Monday morning in a Manhattan courthouse as Donald Trump made his way there amidst a flutter of anticipation. Nevertheless, reports surfaced before to midday of Trump's apparent dozing off intermittently throughout the court hearings. This was emphasized by Maggie Haberman of the New York Times, who was one of the few permitted to see the events directly. According to Haberman's live blog updates from inside the courtroom, Trump seemed to be sleeping at times. His head drooped and his mouth slackened. A brief reawakening to the ongoing legal proceedings was indicated when Trump appeared to jolt up when his principal defense attorney, Todd Blanche, presented him with notes. After meeting in the morning to consider pre-trial motions, Trump's legal team took lunch and then met again to continue selecting jurors. The daunting task of selecting 12 fair jurors and 6 alternates is expected to take at least 2 weeks and has already summoned hundreds of Manhattan residents for jury service. There are a lot of accusations against Trump. He is facing 34 criminal counts related to allegations that he manipulated corporate paperwork to cover up hush money payments to Stormy Daniels, and other allegations that he interfered in the 2016 presidential contest. Trump faces 4 years in prison on each count if found guilty. For tuning in, I am grateful. If you're looking for more entertaining videos, you should click the link that's currently showing on your screen. We will meet again after this.